Hello and welcome to another episode of KKP Wrapsody, your go-to news recap video about video games and pop culture, both good news and bad. It's week number God knows what in Malaysia's MCO period. While the situation is a bit more relaxed, do take it upon yourselves to still take precautions and stay at home. Before we start, do check out our recent interview with Toge Productions founder Chris Anthony. You will learn a lot about the ins and outs of Indonesia's game development scene. Also, do subscribe to us and hit that notification icon to check out more videos and features from us. We post new content every Wednesday and Friday. With that said, let's start. A lockdown of this magnitude means more people staying home and playing game consoles. But which one is the most popular in Malaysia at the moment? According to statistics from iPrice Group, it's the Nintendo Switch, followed by the PlayStation 4. That statement is based on 1.5 million searches made on various online shopping platforms across Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and Hong Kong. The Nintendo Switch claims the throne in most of these countries, with the exception of Indonesia and Vietnam, where the PS4 is more popular. Why the sudden uptick? It's because most gamers might already own a PS4. The console has sold more than 100 million units worldwide. In comparison, many gamers might not own a Nintendo Switch. Add the release of Animal Crossing New Horizons into that, and you get even more reason for why the Nintendo Switch is currently so popular. Speaking of which, the Nintendo Switch's exclusive Raccoon Debt Settlement Simulation is making more bang for the big end due to the past month or so. According to a recent Nintendo financial data report, Animal Crossing New Horizons sold 11.77 million units in the span of 11 days. The game's sales numbers for the first 6 weeks is a staggering 13.41 million units. This sequel outperformed previous Animal Crossing titles like the Nintendo DS Animal Crossing Wild World and the 3DS Animal Crossing New Leaf. Given how pleasant and meme-worthy Animal Crossing New Horizons is, and the fact that it reminds people of a happier time before the pandemic, these high volume numbers are expected. But hey, it's still welcome. Ubisoft has recently registered a domain name for Prince of Persia 6, sparking instant speculation from fans of the franchise that the iconic action platformer series of games will finally be making its long-awaited comeback. However, registering the domain name doesn't mean that a new game is currently in development. Ubisoft has kept mum on the status of the franchise for years now, without any new announcements. A day later after this news broke, someone found gameplay footage of a cancelled Prince of Persia game. Dubbed Prince of Persia Redemption, this gameplay trailer looks polished and features the series' signature platforming, combat, and time-reversing mechanic. It was also confirmed to be legit, according to a former Ubisoft animator, Jonathan Cooper. This trailer was a pre-rendered game pitch and a one-year development effort by Ubisoft Montreal. Personally, a Prince of Persia game would be a great way to diversify Ubisoft's current gaming portfolio the next few years. They won't get much profit margins out of it, but they'll at least get some love back from their fans after past blunders. EA is planning to make an HD version of the Mass Effect trilogy, at least according to some rumors. The title is set to come out before April 2020. There's no concrete verification for this just yet, but it does seem like a good game to announce in EA's upcoming livestream this June. It's been 8 years since we'd had a good Mass Effect game anyway. A comeback like this would be beneficial to forget anything BioWare has been creating for the past few years. Microsoft showed off its next-gen Xbox Series X in action, featuring a slew of new and upcoming titles. After seeing Xbox marketing manager Aaron Greenberg doing an intro with the development kit, we get 60 to 120 frames per second versions of games like Bright Memory Infinite, a shooter made by one guy in China, Dirt 5, an arcade racing game featuring the voices of Troy Baker and Nolan North for some reason, the H.R. Geiger-influenced Scorn, a company with a lot of fleshy sounds, The Ascent, which is an isometric shooter with a cyberpunk theme, The Medium, a horror game featuring a soundtrack from Akira, Silent Hill, Yamaoka, Scarlet Nexus, an anime-as-hell action game from Bandai Namco, and also some gameplay from Yakuza Like a Dragon and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Granted, this whole video feature seems more like a teaser to a bigger Xbox game showcase reveal. That's happening this June and July, FYI. There are also some omissions like Xbox Series X's price point, launch dates, and even something on Halo Infinite. But as far as starting points go, it's pretty decent. At least this first-party showcase on next-gen content is tailor-made for people and not for GDC attendees. We're looking at you, PlayStation. And that's it for this week's news highlights. This is Mr. Tuffy, and I urge you all to stay safe, even if Malaysia's MCO is relaxed, because that's the way the world pixelates.